I'm Rob Sampson, and I'm the IMC12 in Maastricht, the Netherlands. And I have a very important guest to interview, Rafael Castan eda. And I know him already many years, and I'm happy he is also attending. And I like to ask him, can you tell me something about where you were born, what kind of education you had, and why you are a mycologist?
Oh, nice. I born in 1941, 51, in Havana, and I was in the school for 1956 to 1963 to the school, common school, and then in 1975 I go to Institute for Agriculture, and then they prepare a student as a technician in agriculture. When I finished the technician course in 1971, I tried to go to the university for agriculture engineer study, but in this time was open a new studies from microbiology at the university for workers. This means that the worker can go to the university in the in the evening to 10:30 or to 12 in the night, and then I changed from agriculture study to microbiology. And then when I finished in microbiology, I was working during this time in a factory, or cheese factory, as microbiology, as technician. And I asked to the people in the university if I can go to the microbiology. In 1979 I finished this in at the University of Savannah, but in the worker course of microbiology. In 1981, I start in the Institute of Basic Agricultural Research in Havana, in fact. And when I arrived to this institute, the current director asked me if I would like to stay together with a professor from Germany, Günther Arnold, and learn mycology. And I say, oh yes, I would like. And this was my start in mycology in 1982, January 1982, I started to study mycology with Günther Arnold. In 1986, he prepared a trip or travel to Germany and visit several herbarium and fungus collection in Weimar, in Leipzig, herbarium de Halle, and mainly in Jena University. And this possibility, I have the possibility to study culture from all around the world, because in Cuba it was not easy or available to obtain bring cultures for study, and then they can study during 6 months, continue working in these cultures, study material from herbarium, from EMI, from CBS, from Faro Herbario, ATCC, and many culture words really. And I try to stay concentrate study. And then I started to publish several fungi from the Cuban biodiversity. I mean the Deuteronomy this time about Conidia fungi. And then I produced fungi cubensis. It's the homónimo name of the famous publication from Berkeley in the United States. And then in 1987, I received an invitation letter from Bryce Henry, and he said that I could visit his lab for a month, and the Cuban government gave me a permission in October of 1988, and then I visited the lab of Bryce Henry, and we started to a nice collaboration, and they bring me the position as adjunct professor of the Waterloo University, and help Bryce in the field course of Algonquin Park with a student of the Canada and several other countries that in this time belong from the Commonwealth.
Yeah, you described quite a number of species from Cuba, which is very, very interesting. So the real mycology, like how you use the kinetogenesis of the because you are specialized in hyphomycetes, is that true?
Yeah, hyphomycetes.
So how did you learn that?
Yeah, it's in 1984, I published my first paper on hyphomycete, and in this time, still my professor was in Cuba because he finished his time in Cuba from 1981 to 1985, and 1986, 84, I published the first paper about the two new hyphomycete. I obtained a pure culture for this, and I named one of these fungus Arnoldiella, that later was a homonym of another algae.
Okay.
And then he said that I have fever for hyphomycete because I tried to put in pure culture. He was my teacher, and I deep acknowledgement that the Gunther Arnold teach me how to obtain pure culture in the nature. It is incredible. We go to the several places and wait that there no air flow of the air in order to obtain pure culture, and so on. And the competition that there was sometimes Conidia fungi are plentiful on the leaf, on the twig, on the branch, and when you try to put it in the pure culture, they don't want to grow in culture. This was for me terrible question every day, and forever I try to obtain a common fungi in leaf, Selenosporella. Selenosporella was for me like a obsession in order to obtain pure culture. You understand?
You have also collaborated with other mycologists, particularly also in Spain, isn't it?
Yeah, in Spain. In 1982, we started to collaborate with José Guarro and Cano in Spain, and we exchanged several visits for collect fungi in Cuba, from soy, and from Spain also. We described several fungi.
Yeah. What is your view about biodiversity of fungi? Do you think that we have enough people to study this, or do you also a bit pessimistic? Because at our time, I'm talking about the 80s and the 90s, There were many taxonomists. But at the moment, I think many students are not so interested in morphology.
That's right. This is very interesting. After 2010, we check that in 1989 was created a rate of anamorphic fungi, or so-called cornea fungi, no? And this list of people that they stay full-time and study fungal diversity, hyphomycetes, was almost 125 scientists in this list, Ananet, in connection. But in 2010, I saw that the list of mycologists active was reduced to 50 people, and no student that we try to involve in the study of collection and identify and obtain pure culture of fungi was in decreasing little by little, and most of the study students like to stay connect with the molecular phylogenetic studies, and this for me it is nice because it's the genomic era, but I think if Cornelia ontogeny is the like a fingerprint of the fungi, like people obtain DNA and fingerprint for people, pues I think DNA and Cornelia ontogeny for fungi is a nice link and full complete identification of the fungi.
Yeah. How's the situation about mycology in Cuba at the moment?
In Cuba,
do you have a good lab? Do you have support?
No support, because you know, after 1989 the relationship with the common socialist country is finished, and the support of the lab with equipment and supply was reduced a little by little, and now it's terrible because many people or many students, the sometimes good one student, go out for the situation, economic situation in Cuba, go to another countries, and then you can find in this moment in the several labs around the world scientists from Cuba.
Yeah, you are very.
But I maintain the spirit of in Christ, the people are involved with the study of fungal diversity, because I has been visit in Brazil, University of Federal University of Pernambuco, that was the lab established, the lab of Chávez Batista, and the Feira Santana, University of Litoral of Ecuador, Institute of Ecology in Mexico, in Venezuela, 3 universities, University Simón Bolívar and University of Los Andes, but they stopped because, you know, they changed the political of study the nature, and also this mycology go out.
Okay, well, I am very pleased to interview, because you're a famous mycologist.
Oh, my
there
God.
are several fungi named after you even.
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
So I wish you every success when you go back to Cuba, and I thank you for this interview.
Thank you.